Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are new around here, I'm Taylor, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Today, I'm going to just do some cozy things to bring in fall. I will go over a fall TBR with you guys, some cozy fall / spooky reads that I've already finished, make some recommendations for you guys. I'm going to put some decor outside, just super simple decor, nothing too crazy. We're going to probably wait until we get back from our Disney trip to put up like lights and some more stuff in the lawn. So I'm just gonna kind of like do the front door area, and then I want to do some just fall swaps in the house, like our hand towels and throw blankets and just a few little things around the living room and the living area to just make the house feel a little bit more cozy and a little bit more fall. We actually are having really nice weather right now. I actually got to sit outside today. It was only 80 degrees, which is still warm in my opinion, but for San Antonio, for Texas, this is a win-win-win. So it is starting to feel a lot more like fall. Tomorrow it's supposed to be in the low 60s for a low, and then I think the high is like very, very low 80s. So we're getting there. This is good news. Anywho, yeah, super short, sweet vlog, but let's go ahead and make some changes around the house. So much done. The outside looks really cute, super simple. Inside again, we really only have a few things for fall. We're just like not in a season where we want to spend a lot of money on decor. We haven't purchased a home. This isn't our home. We're kind of moving about every few years. So we're just kind of gathering whatever people give to us, or if we find really special pieces when we go somewhere, which is usually like mom and pop shops where we find like a very unique piece, we'll pick that up. But other than that, pretty much much just using stuff that my mother-in-law's gifted me because she's really big on decorating for the holidays. And then my parents are huge Halloween people. So my dad has like half a garage full of Halloween decor. So I'm gonna go over and see if I can steal some stuff. I like really spooky decor when it comes to the outside of my house, but the front area looks kind of cute. I've got the little ghosts that I'll light up at night. My mother-in-law made me that, and she made us our little wreath and all the little signs and stuff. The orange sign with the witch on it, that's like a very special piece I purchased at a pop-up market when I was living in Sacramento that was happening in Folsom. If you're from that area, you probably know what I'm talking about. So I have like little special pieces like that, but pretty much we don't have too much. So just, this is your reminder, just put out a few things. You don't have to go out and spend a ton of money. You don't even have to make that Target trip. Just put out whatever makes you feel good, even if you just change the color of a blanket or something. But without further ado, let's get into my fall TBR. I have books stacked all behind me. You can see some there. I have some on the chair here. I have a very hopeful TBR, but I know that I'm going to get to a lot of them, but most likely not all of them. To start off with, I definitely want to read God of the Woods by Liz Moore. I have heard nothing but spectacular things about this book. It's also on Libby right now at the library that I'm very new to Libby, but like the library that I have on my Libby app is offering it this weekend on Audible with no wait time. So I went ahead and downloaded it. So I'm going to be listening to it, reading it, just having a full immersive experience this coming week. So I'm really excited about this one. This book's a little beat up, but I found it in a free little library, The Last House Guest by Megan Miranda. And I'm really excited to read this one too. I've been wanting to read something by Megan Miranda, so found it for free, which is pretty awesome. I do want to read The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. I love Lucy Foley. She does not disappoint me. I love her whodunits. I feel like they're easy to follow. I don't get overwhelmed, and she keeps me on my toes. She always surprises me, so I know that this one will be no different. I also want to read The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields. I know this is going to be cozy, cute. This is just like post-up for the day, with never-ending cups of teas, with a fall ambiance playing in the background kind of book. So this is going to be very good. Along that same line, I want to read Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Lori Gilmore. I've already read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and that one was super cute, so I have to follow it up with this one. This is definitely cozy up, small town romance vibes. I do want to read Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. I know this is going to be super cute as well. Just sounds like a very sweet fantasy, and I know I believe both of them are also offered. I'm not sure if there's 2 or 3 books, but I know they're on Kindle Unlimited, so that's always a plus as well. Can't have a TBR without a T. Kingfisher, House of Good Bones. This is on my September TBR, so I'm hoping to get to this soon. I just love her. She's quirky, she writes horror, she writes fantasy, and under different pen names, she writes children's books, which is really cool. I just finished my first Riley Sager book, the only one left, and I can say nothing but good things. It was so good. I'm obsessed. So naturally, I'm going to read another one. This one's Middle of the Night. I believe this is the newest one that's come out by him. I'm really excited to read this one. Right now, I'm kind of like super mood reading. I'm going from like cozy to fantasy to thriller. Cozy, fantasy, thriller. I'm gonna sprinkle in a little bit of horror. All right, my camera died, so I don't even know if I finished talking about Far Wilder Magic, but definitely want to read this one because this is just going to be cozy as well. I know it. I do want to read T. Kingfisher's 2 horror books, which is The Twisted Ones and The Hollow Places. Andrew's read them both, and he said they're very good. He said they're not too scary as well, so he feels like I can handle them. So I just am obsessed with T. Kingfisher. She's my favorite author, so I have to read everything she writes naturally. I'm even going to have to like go and find her children's books. Finished watching this on Netflix, and now I totally want to read it, The Midnight Club. If you haven't seen it, it was a really good show. All of his shows are very good. I can't think of his name right now, but we really love them. Then I found out there was a book, so naturally have to read this one. It's also very short. So Horror Movie by Paul Tremblay. Andrew and I want to read this together, possibly in October. So for these books, I'm hoping to get them read by December, like before December. So we'll see. Want to read Bride by Allie Hazelwood. I hear good things. Some people don't like it, but I never really listen to people who are too critical. I just read to enjoy the story, and I'm never that intense about it. But I do want to read this one, whole vampire thing. I'm here for it. I love vampires. I need to finish the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. Me and my cousins are reading this for book club, and so we just decided we read the first one. We're going to read them all. We're going to watch the show, which I already watched, and then we're going to meet. So I got to finish these. I totally have to read Butcher and Blackbird. Like, I'm behind. I need to do this. This will be my second dark romance. I want to read Dreadful. This one's been on my TBR for a couple months now. I really want to get to it this fall. This just sounds like it's going to be fun. It's giving Assistant to the Villain vibes. So if you were into that, check this out. I know it was really hard to find a couple months ago, but should be able to find it now. The Last House on Needless Street, I hear incredible things about, so like I said, I'm dipping into horror a little bit, and this is apparently like one of the best horror books of all time, so hopefully it doesn't scare me to death, but I do want to read this. I'm going to see if Angie will read it first, and that way he can kind of moderate for me and tell me if he thinks it'll be too crazy. I started Starling House in the spring, and I never finished it. I think it was the spring, so not because it wasn't good. I don't do enough books. I really just don't, and I'm not saying I never will, but I haven't. I just feel like books come to you when they're meant to, and sometimes if you pick up a book and you're not vibing on it, circle back around to it at a later time, and I'm sure it might hit, and if not, then go ahead and DNF it. But I am going to finish this. I still remember exactly where I'm at. It has left an impression, so it's giving Alice in Wonderland, and I'm here for it. You can see the trend here that I'm jumping between horror, thriller, cozy, and fantasy. This one is Can't Spell Tea Without Treason by Rebecca Thorne. Look how beautiful as well. I know this one's gonna be so cozy. Another one I'm late to is Legends and Lattes. I'm like, I know that I'm gonna be obsessed with this. I know I am. I don't know why it makes me think of that time I got drunk and saved a demon series, the Mead Mishap series, but we'll see. I really don't know too much about a lot of the books I pick up. I hear they're good, or I like the author, so I just pick them up and then I go into it blind, which is my favorite thing to do. We Used to Live Here by Marcus Kluwer, which I might be saying that wrong, but another horror, which is apparently really, really good. Andrew and I are also going to read this together, and he's going to start it today, so he'll be able to tell me if it's too scary. Okay guys, I bought this book 2 years ago when I started reading for real again, and I never read it because I was scared that I was going to be too scared, because it's kind of like The Shining. So I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to read it. I'm ready. I'm not too scared. So, and I'm sure it's not even going to be that scary. But back 2 years ago, I was like, I'm unsure, guys. But I am reading this fall, come hell or high water. All right, and there are a few series that I really want to start. I'm debating on waiting till December, waiting till the winter. I know I'm gonna want to read some like cozy Christmas romances, and I might jump back into like this romance vibe. But we'll see, because I'm itching to start another series. I have Light Lark by Alex Astor. I hear really good things about this. It's kind of like, for some reason, it reminds me of like Hunger Games. I don't know, but I'm excited to read this one. And I know there's like another book that's coming out that she's already got a few out, and I'm behind, and there's going to be a TV series, so I gotta catch up. I want to start the Throne of Glass series, and I've decided to start with Assassin's Blade. So this is the only one I've picked up so far, but I liked Agotar. I was not obsessed with Agotar. I was obsessed with the first two books in Rhysand, but as a whole, I can't say that I was like obsessed with those books. Like The Hobbit and Harry Potter like had me in a chokehold. Lord of the Rings chokehold. So I'm hoping to be in a chokehold. And then Cruel Prince. This is another YA fantasy series, and it's got such beautiful detail inside. I hear really good things, so I gotta catch up on this too. So far, that's a lot of books. I don't even know how many books that is, but we will see how many I get done, because I will do a winter TBR at some point in one of my future vlogs, and then we'll get to see how many I read. I have read, like I said, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore, which is her pen name. I have that one here. So cute. It was really cute. If you like Gilmore Girls, go for it. Like I said, I also read Riley Sager's The Only One Left. Love that one. I'm currently reading Peter Pan because I want to just get a classic in. I'll occasionally just grab a classic and go for it. And I haven't read Peter Pan. I also really want to read Treasure Island. Like, how have I not read these books? But everything I read so far, I love. Can't recommend enough. Go for The Pumpkin Spice Cafe if you're looking for something cozy. Pick up a Riley Sager book if you're looking for a thriller. You're into Frida McFadden, you're into, I cannot think of the other girl's name, but if you're into Frida McFadden, you're gonna like Riley Sager. So yeah, that is my fall TBR, my hopefuls. It is a long list, but I've been reading a lot of books. The way that I read a lot with a full-time career is that I'm usually listening to an Audible, reading something on my Kindle, and then reading a physical book. I will also do like immersive experiences where I'm listening to the Audible and reading the physical book. I will listen to multiple audios at a time, if like one while I'm cleaning and then one while I'm working and driving around. So that's usually how I get a lot of reading in. Everybody has their different preferences, but that is what I find works best for me. But anyway, last I want to talk about some of my fall intentions. I'm not going to be setting goals for September, October, and November, but I do want to set some intentions for the next 3 months to just kind of have in the back of my mind for each area of my life. I will share on the screen here with you guys. I like to break it up into different areas. So like for mindfulness, I really want to just focus on being present. I've been finding myself kind of thinking a lot about what I need to do next. So just a gentle reminder to come back to the present moment, not live in tomorrow or yesterday, but right now. Physically, I want to move in a way that feels good daily. Now, that doesn't have to be a workout, but some sort of movement, whether I'm stretching, going for a walk, whether I am going to the gym, taking the dog out for a walk, something that just feels good that day. I also do want to go for more walks with my dog now that the weather's going to cool down, because we don't go out in the summer. It's so hot. It's too hot for me, and it's definitely too hot for my golden retriever. So I'm excited to do that, as well as go for more bike rides, because I love riding my bike, and it's just been way too hot to do that. For my marriage, Andrew and I have been doing these daily check-ins. We've incorporated 2 things that work so well for us. I cannot recommend them enough. One of them is when you walk in the door from work or wherever, when you see each other for the day, give each other a percentage. What percent do you have today? That percent needs to together equal 100. If it does not equal 100, that's okay, but there needs to be a conversation around how you are going to navigate that. So whether that's, okay, hey, so I'm at 10, you're at 10, or I've got 10 and you've got 40 and that's 50, so we're just not going to expect too much from each other tonight. Might seem a little bit antisocial, might drown myself in my phone, but it's not personal, and that's just where we're at today. So, and then usually it gives us perspective of like, okay, you've got 40, well, I can pull 60, I can do that today. So that has really worked well for us. Another thing we've been doing is saying something we're grateful for either before bed or during dinner time. On top of that, during dinner, we don't have any phones out or any TV on. We have a mindful dinner together every single day, and I found that is just a really great way to connect. And then for my other relationships, I just want to continue to make space for dates and coffee dates and meetups and book clubs, and just say yes more when it feels good, of course, not because I feel forced to. And then for my career, I do need to take a few courses for my continuing education units for my licensure, so hopefully I can get at least 3 in. If not, even just 1 or 2 will be fine. I have a while to do them. And then for hobbies, I just want to continue to only do what feels good, not forced, whether that's reading, whether that's playing a cozy game on my Xbox or my Switch, whether that's doing yoga or whatever it may be that goes under my cozy hobbies, just so long as it feels good and not because I feel forced to do it. And that is especially the case with reading. Making sure that I continue to read when it feels good and not forced. So yeah, that wraps up my kind of bringing in the fall. Got some decor done, set some intentions, went through my TBR. Hopefully I gave you guys some great recommendations for books that you can add to your TBR for all different sorts of genres or whatever you're looking for. Hopefully I also gave you some ideas for some intentions that you can set. And I hope that you guys have a really great time bringing in the fall, bringing in the autumn, if that's your vibe. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, hit the thumbs up. It really helps me out. I do plan to do more videos like this in the future, but after this video, we are going to be kicking off our Disney series. So stay tuned for that. Be sure to follow me on socials if you want to see that in real time. My Instagram, my TikTok if you're into the books. Go follow me on Book Talk. I will put that here as well as in the description below. But thanks for being here today, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.